When they say the sky's the limit to me, that's really true. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. Too many doubts grow in the cracks of silence and separation. Faithless is he that says farewell when the road darkens. Be patient when becoming someone you haven't been before. Make visible what, without you, might perhaps never have been seen. The trick is to enjoy life. Don't wish away your days, waiting for better ones ahead. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. If I had to live my life over, I'd live over a saloon. If those who are sent to draw water begin by drinking themselves, the army is suffering from thirst. Nobody ever lives their life all the way up, except bullfighters. Whether we fall by ambition, blood, or lust, like diamonds, we are cut with our own dust. I do maintain that if your hair is wrong, your entire life is wrong. Thinking something does not make it true. Wanting something does not make it real. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. Never feel guilty or ashamed for the mistakes of others. The difficult problems in life always start off being simple. Great affairs always start off being small. As long as you can use your hands, the world is your oyster. Manifest plainness, embrace simplicity, reduce selfishness, have few desires. Only those people create history who doesn't live in the future. Sometimes the best of God's gifts arrive by the shattering of all the window panes. Fear not the path of truth, for the lack of people walking on it. There is no progress or accomplishment without sacrifice. Be willing to leave the ground behind if you want to fly. Your words start to lose value when your actions don't match. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. Too many people are too busy making a living to make a life. The secret to creativity is knowing how to hide your sources. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. You are not the opinion of someone who doesn't know you. Because people don't have wings, we look for ways to fly. It takes more effort to avoid the truth than it does to face it. Begin by seizing something which your opponent holds dear. Then he will be amenable to your will. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. Unthinking respect for authority is the greatest enemy of truth. This place has only 3 exits, sir: madness and death. Our lives can't be measured by our final years. Of this I am sure. A clown on a throne is still a clown. A king in rags is still a king. For any sin, we all suffer. That is why our suffering is endless. A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. The world changes. We do not. Therein lies the irony that kills us. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving. When deeds and words are in accord, the whole world is transformed. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. If we will be quiet and ready enough, we shall find compensation in every disappointment. It's what's in yourself that makes you happy or unhappy. We never live. We are always in the expectation of living. Despite the heart-numbing frost, my soul is blooming like spring. To realize that you do not understand is a virtue. Not to realize that you do not understand is a defect. Cleverness isn't always true, nor is the truth always clever. The penalty for procrastination is the loss of hopes and dreams. One may know how to conquer without being able to do it. The only limits for tomorrow are the doubts we have today. It doesn't matter how great your shoes are if you don't accomplish anything in them. He who steals a belt buckle pays with his life. He who steals a state gets to be a feudal lord. Face your life, its pain, its pleasure. Leave no path untaken. I knew it like destiny, and at the same time, I knew it as choice. I will not let anyone scare me out of my full potential. It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts. In the end, it will all work out okay. The end isn't final if we're not okay with it. Before you find your soulmate, you must first discover your soul. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Truth is neither objectivity nor the balanced view. Truth is a selfless subjectivity. The only real mistake is the one from which we learn nothing. The smallest light has greater power than the largest darkness. Distance sometimes lets you know who is worth keeping and who is worth letting go. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. You don't get what you wish for, you get what you work for. We are all insects, groping towards something terrible or divine. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. My only advice is to stay aware, listen carefully, and yell for help if you need it. Some use drugs to silence the pain. Others use them to feel the pain they silenced. Loving yourself is required for authentic relationships. So in war, the way is to avoid what is strong and strike at what is weak. Life is pain. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. Success awaits those who steadfastly commit to any requisite sacrifice. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. The space under the sky is occupied by all things in their unity. Unless you enter the tiger's lair, you cannot get hold of the tiger's cubs. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. Life isn't about escaping, but it's all about experiencing. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. If at first you don't succeed, remove all evidence you ever tried. What is important is not what you hear said, it's what you observe. Falling down is an accident. Staying down is a choice. Amid the turmoil and tumult of battle, there may be seeming disorder, and yet no real disorder at all. What is of supreme importance in war is to attack the enemy's strategy. Men don't need linguistic talent. They just need courage and words. Sing your life. Any fool can think of words that rhyme. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Do not fear the thorns in your path, for they draw only corrupt blood. Slowly we became silent, and silence itself, if an enemy to friendship. So long as you fight the darkness, you stand in the light. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. When we embrace who we are, the world embraces us right back.